Hello, good evening, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me. Just some little reactions. If you can hear me, please, a thumbs up or a message on the chat will do. All right, perfect. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much. You're welcome to another edition of the Variety Friday. I believe we don't have a new member or new participant here, so there'll be no need to explain what the Variety Friday entails. We already know what it is, right? So today, yeah, today is actually a big one because we are going to also it's like a motivation and inspiration for us, right? For what we have for this cohort and going further. Okay, so I'll quickly share my screen, and once you can see my screen, just make it reactions and confirm you can see so that we can go on. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, we can.
Oh, all right, perfect. Perfect. All right, so once again, you're welcome to Variety Friday. Today, the topic is an exciting one for me, particularly. It's actually an exciting one because if we really pay attention and we're able to follow through this today's Variety Friday, we are going to learn some things that will also enable us to be visible online. While we learn, we are looking at how to put you guys online, teach you how to be actually visible online. So the topic for today that was given to me is actually technical writing, the unseen job opportunity in tech. Yeah, I will not want to talk about it for now until all right. So now tech is actually changing, and we all need to change with tech. While we are working on a particular field or we are learning a particular skill, tech is actually versatile. You know, tech is versatile, and we all need to be versatile as well to be also seen. So I believe we all know me. Do you want any other introduction? Okay. Maybe for some persons, my name is Ebibote Doutimi. I happens to be the team lead of CareerEX. Can call co-founder. I'm the founder of CareerEX, but the team lead actually. All right. So this is a question. This is actually a question. Do you like writing, or should I mind my business? So I just want some reactions on the comments. Do you like writing? I want to see those people that like writing. If you don't, just be actually sincere. They are not taking any score. There's no scorecard here, right? So just be sincere. Do you like writing or you don't? You want to express yourself. I just want to see some reactions on the comments before I continue. I want to see those people that actually like writing. Okay. I love writing. Yes. I want more reactions. We are up to 40 something people here. I love writing. Currently writing SEOs. Okay. That's from Walter. Dauda, I like writing. Jeremy, I love writing. Omeni, I like writing. Okay. I just want to see some good reactions from people. All right, so it's pretty much that everybody actually like writing, but when we go deeper, we'll know if we actually want to write. All right, okay. So I'll go back to my slide. All right, so let me just emphasize on this before I move on. Now, we are actually teaching you product management for some persons. The tracks, we have 6 tracks on this for each course: product management, product design, cybersecurity, data science, front end and back end, right? Now, we are teaching you all of these things. One of the things that the first thing why you came here is to learn. So I'll put it to you that that course you are doing is actually like a learning curve for you, right? After you finish learning, now it's also this Variety Friday today is also to encourage us and also to motivate us and inspire us to do better and to do more in terms of learning, right? So after you finish learning, right? Sometimes, so for some of us, when we finish learning, we just we are done with it. Then maybe we do our assignment and we close our laptop. For some persons, they don't even do the assignment. For some persons, they do it actually. So once you're done, you just close your system. There's no next step, right? There's no next step. The next step is not just to do your assignment straight up. The next step is actually to go back to those things that you have been taught, brainstorm about it. Like there should be a brainstorming process. Like, okay, there are some other things I will talk about while we are going forward, but there should be a brainstorming section where you think about the things that you've learned. Now, these are things that actually take someone from zero to hero. That's the kind of things I want to expose you to, right? You actually brainstorm, right? Go through the process again before you even touch your assignment. Go through the process again. That's the brainstorming section. Now, for product, even for a product to be developed, we have to do most of these processes, right? So every product you see there have a process. So even for our learning process, our learning should have a process as well, right? So you brainstorm about what you've learned, you know. So after brainstorming, now the quick way to understand what you've learned is to write about the process, right? They teach you product management. They show you they do maybe introduction to product management and all of that, give you strategic or product management, different kind of things. Sometimes it's not just the brainstorming and the reading that actually make you understand what you have done or you've learned. It's actually the writing process. Journaling is something that if we take very serious, it will open our mind. Like for so many persons that say they like writing, the writing is sometimes maybe you are doing it for a particular period of time or for a cause, for a purpose, like what we are going to introduce you to, right? That's what you like writing. But people that love writing, the first thing that you know about them is journaling. They like to journal everything they do. That's people that love writing. So if you are just posting because you have a task to write and post, that's not, you don't love writing in quotes, right? You write, you can write, but you don't love it, right? So because people that like writing in everything they do, while they're even studying, you see them with their material. They want to write something, they want to take down notes. They are always with a pen or something with their phone typing. Those are people that actually they like to write, right? So for this process, also find a way to write your process. The things you've learned, write about it. So today we learned about XYZ thing. So these are the things that I got from the class while the tutor. Please let me just check. I'm not on the other side. Let me just check. It's just a check-in whether you can still hear me before I come back to my slide. All right. So please, can you still hear me? This is just a check-in. All right. So let me go back.
Yes, we can.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so you have to write your process. It makes you, one of the things about writing, it makes you understand. It gives you deeper knowledge of what you are actually doing. Right. So the other thing again, this slide you are seeing, there is more emphasis while we proceed. But the other thing is post on social media. Now, the social media is a visibility platform. It's a comprehensive CV that you cannot put. There are things that you have to put out on social media that you can't put out in your resume. There are so many things that it's not in the resume because there's no allowances for it. But social media gives you visibility, especially when you are learning a skill, when you are learning a particular course, or you are switching career paths, right? Write, post. Instead of just posting random things, this is your career, this is your field. Be a master, be an expert in that field. And writing on social media about what you do makes you an expert of the, it will put you as an expert of what you do. It's a progressive journey. So please, I want us to keep writing, right? You learn, brainstorm, you write, you post, be consistent, and get visible. 1, you learn. 2, you brainstorm. 3, you write. 4, you post. 5, be consistent. And the 6th, you get visible. Your employers, whoever that will employ you, whoever that, maybe friends that's already working somewhere, all of these things, let me not rush my slide anyways. They are actually on social media, different platforms, LinkedIn. Sometimes we said, I don't like posting on Facebook because Facebook is not professional. But let me tell you, give you a catch. Facebook might not be like LinkedIn, but somebody might still be on Facebook that might like to employ you, or that might be a potential employer. So I think for me, there is no, some persons narrow it down that my Facebook is for children, all right? But you will know that there are so many company who CEO founders that are still using Facebook, right? So please be visible. Post things online about your process, about what you do. It makes people to trust you. It makes people to have confidence in you because they will see your progress, they will see your traction. Right now, these are some tips on how to actually write. I'm just putting you on the spot. I'm opening your mind on how to write. Right? So you have a problem. Now, every week you have a problem. Every week. I'm not sure you understand that. Every week in the Youth Thrive program with CareerEX, you have a problem. What's that problem? The problem is actually your assignments. Every week you have a take-home assignment, right, that you have to submit each week. Now, so definitely each week you must have a problem to solve. The problem, don't be too spiritual now. We're not talking about any kind of problem we're not talking about if you have problem in your life. We're just talking about you have a problem, right? So yeah, there is a problem. Assignment is actually a problem because you have to solve the problem, right? So how did you solve it? It's a quick way to learn how to write. I have an assignment. I've done my assignment. There's 99 tendency that 99% tendency that you definitely face or go through challenges in solving that problem, which is your assignment in this case, right? You went through rigorous process, you did research, you find out different links. Maybe you're a front-end developer or you're a back-end developer. You went through different websites, you copy those website link and keep, if you really want to write, you copy those websites, you keep the link, right? So how did you solve the problem? This is where the writing comes in. How did you solve the problem? So when you write about how, there is one thing about the what and the how. The how, the why, the what, and the how, right? The how is one of the process that will always keep in our dealings. Why am I doing this? You know why you are doing it. Fine. Everybody might know why they are doing what they do. So what are you doing? I'm a product manager or product designer, whatever the case may be. But how are you carrying out this process? Is actually the how is always the marketing strategy of business or whatever. I've added business now. Now, the how is always because if you always go to people with the what we do, that's how people sell off these days. What you do, I sell this, I sell that, we always put what we sell in people's face. But sometimes the how process is always the what and the how is always what capture the audience. It's not the what, because the what you are selling is what maybe other people are selling. But how you are selling yours or how you are doing yours makes it more different, or makes it different from what other people are doing, right? So the how did I solve this problem? So in the process of trying to know the how, you started writing something, right? you're already writing. Now, in class, I'm giving you tips on how to expand your mind I'll come back to technical writing. Don't worry, just follow on. So I'm giving you tips on how to actually express yourself through writing. If you follow me very well, these are the kind of tips I'm actually giving you, how to express yourself in writing. Now, in class, you have a problem, and how did you solve it? Right? That's in class. They give you a problem, then you solve the problem. But when it comes to posting, when I mean to post now, to write, is how did you solve it? So you start with how did you solve it? Then what? Then now the problem. So when you are thinking of how did you solve it, you are picturing the problem you solved, right? So with that, you'll be very expressive in your writing. So it's just a reverse of what you know in class and what you are doing in class. But in terms of writing, you start from the how did I solve it? Okay, when I'm trying to solve it, I go this way. You are writing, you are still making a note, you are still making a post, right? So the how process in documentation, the how process in documentation is like in product building is like a documentation. You are documenting the process of a product. So this is how we did this product. So let's say you are building for a client, right? You are building for a client and you want to document the process. For most big tech companies, they have the technical writers. So what the technical writers does, I'm already shooting, but what they does is that they write the process of how to use the system in most cases, right? So when you start this how process, when you are building, you're already expanding yourself to become a technical writer in the future, right? The how. Every day you write, you think of the how. So when you are faced with a complete project, it will be very easy for you to do the how to process. We are going to get there, but I just hope that so I'm doing a check-in again, so I will not be talking to myself. I'm doing a check-in again. So somebody is saying I can't hear. Please, can you hear me, please? Okay. Okay, so anytime I say that I'm doing a check-in, just know that I'm coming to check if you can still hear me, so that I will not be talking to myself. So I saw that thumbs up, so meaning you can still hear me. So I'm going. All right, thank you. All right. Now, let me give you, this is, sorry, my slides are not always detailed. I just have what I want to say, then I use pictures and all of that. So you might not enjoy my slides so much, but I think it's very catchy when it comes to what I'm trying to explain. I like illustrations and all. Now, how to write better. How to write better. If you look at the picture, it's like a chalkboard or a dashboard. No, sorry, a chalkboard, yeah. Or let me call it, because we don't use chalk these days, right? Is a board, right? So inside the board, you have I take three colors. I leave the white space. White space for me is like a space, right? It's always there. Even in your book, you have white space. Now I'm talking about design. So white space always is not, for me, it doesn't count so much, except I want to change the white to something else. But white space is always white space. We only add colors to white space. So what I see there for me as a someone that also design is, I see three colors first, because the white space for me is like my empty space. Now, you notice there is yellow, there is blue, there is green. Now, for writing, right, you've been taught in class and you want to write about what you just learned. Don't just go boom and start writing yellow, blue, and green all together in one post. Rather, take yellow. When I mean take yellow, yellow can be what course can I use very fast? Okay, let me just use front-end development. Sorry, it's just what that enters my head now. Take yellow. Yellow can be how to add styling or CSS or maybe HTML tags. Just take HTML tags, talk about HTML tags and the elements but maybe you in that class you learned maybe 3 other topics or 3 other things attached. It can be HTML tags, CSS tag. Don't write all of them together. Take one. It gives you better understanding of what you are writing about. Just take HTML tags and elements and write about HTML tags. The more you write, because sometimes the more emphasis you put in all of these tags, it brings a bigger picture and makes you elaborate and makes you even understand it better. It makes you understand it better, right? So I can decide to write only HTML and CSS tag on one post. I cannot split my one class for maybe 2 Saturday and Sunday. I cannot split it to 3 posts. Yeah. Now, it makes you put more emphasis on a particular thing you are talking about instead of just writing everything. We just put short stuff and all of that. It make it detailed. So take yellow, make it a post. Take blue, make it a post. Take green and make it a post. Right? So I hope we actually got that. Like, don't put everything together. It doesn't sound professional, or it doesn't look professional. You emphasize on a particular thing that you have been taught, not all the topic together. Emphasize on one part, emphasize on another part in another post, like that. It makes you even have more things to write about. Don't worry, we are still moving. I'll show you now. Now, what is technical writing? What is technical writing? I just want to get reactions. What do you know? What can you say? What do you know about technical writing? I want some comments. I want to talk about it for those in mind. Maybe you have heard it before. You don't have a clear picture of what it is, what it entails, and all. But I just want you to write. Like, just tell me one thing about you, something you know about technical writing before we move forward. I'm on the comment section. I'll be watching. I want some comments. What you know about technical writing. What you know about technical writing. If nobody typed, then meaning nobody know anything about technical writing. I'm not sure. I'm waiting. Okay, technical writing is basically simply content with a particular audience in mind. Okay. Technical writing is a form of writing on specific topic that requires guidance, instructions, or explanation. This writing style serves unique purpose and therefore has very different qualities than other types of writing, such as creative writing, academic writing, or business writing. Okay. It's all about writing based on technical language. Okay. Technical writing is a scientific writing about topics and subjects. Okay. All right, so the goal is just to get you to be a part of this conversation, and yeah, you all got some points there. You all make some valid points there. All right. Confirm if you can still see my screen, right? Just checking again. That particular screen I am on now. If I want to switch. Okay, so I'll just give you I'll just give you a short definition of technical writing and the things that you can relate with, right? So technical writing involves creating documents that explain complex information clearly and concisely. Clearly and complex. When something is complex, it's ambiguous, right? It's coding is ambiguous. Um, um, the things we do in the tech field is really ambiguous. It's very complex. It cannot be understood by a layman by just looking at it, by just seeing it, right? So it's very ambiguous. It's very confusing. It needs emphasis. It needs more context. It needs how to, so many other things that you can put there for somebody to understand, because we are building something for audience. We are building something for non-technical people and all of that, right? So the technical writers, they make these complex documents clearly to understand. They make it very concise. They make it very detailed to the point where someone can actually understand these things. And this includes user manuals, API documentation, how-to guides, and project reports. Now, when you keep growing in tech, you will know for some of for the backend people, they might have already come across what it's called API and all of that. But for the maybe product managers, the product designers, the more you keep working with teams, you'll be familiar with API documentations and all of that. Like when you build, well, there are some companies, what they do is just APIs. Now, APIs are, I'm just thinking for a better scenario to actually explain API for everybody to understand. Now, API, think about it this way. API is like it's like I'm using a restaurant now. Restaurant as a case study. We have the kitchen, we have the waiters, and we have the clients. Right now, the API serves as the waiters. They go to the kitchen, right? They pick, they take your food, your order, and they bring your order to the client to see. I mean, they serve the client. So that's how API works. They fetch their like backends plugin, they are builds, their endpoints that are built. They serve whatever you see, the functionalities you see on the user interface, which is our website, is like an API call. They call an API and it's functioning on the front end. So when you start working with teams, you start understanding how these things work. So, but because these things are being served they are being used by non-technical people, we have to document it. We have to document the process, right? Technical writers have to document. Sorry, I got my phone is synced with my phone is synced with my laptop. Can you still hear me, please? Call just came in and take my system off. Can you still hear me? I hope that did not disturb the call.
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So we need to actually document this process. We need to talk about this process. We need to put this process out for people to understand it. That's all it means. So it includes user manuals. So we have to write manuals, how to use manuals of a product that you build. Maybe you build a complete software solutions and all. You want to write user manuals. You want to write API documentation that other developers can consume your APIs by reading your documentation and all of that, project reports. So complex technical project reports. Now, those that write versus those that don't. Now, we are looking at two people here, right? There are some persons that write and those people that don't write. I'm not talking about people that write as not as technical writers now. I'm talking about people that are learning, right? I'm not talking, take your mind off the technical writers now for a minute. Just take your forget about them now. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about those learning. I'm talking about those that are starting off in their different fields. And I'm just trying to compare the both people now, those that write and those that don't write, right? So this is a picture. I want a brain teaser in 1 minute. Can you explain these two pictures? Now, on my right, I don't know. Okay, from your own end, I think you are seeing from your right, and me, I'm seeing my left, right? So from my own left, from your own right, can you explain the pictures? On my right is Tesla's car. So can you explain what you see, what you think? How can you explain this to people? So for me, I'm using this as illustration for those that write and those that don't write. I know this might be, but I'll just wait for 1 minute. If nobody can answer or nobody gives me any feedback, I will go ahead. Yeah. a map. Product design. Yes, but it's kind of break. Okay, that is not for you. The one is this is a map. Yeah, there's a map there. Product design. Yeah, okay. Meaning a lead road. Okay. All right, let me explain that. Let me explain my picture. You might be right in everything you say, but I have a picture in my head when I use for using this. So now I'm talking about my left, right? From the picture on my left, you are seeing the road. You can see the road and you see the car by the side. Now, this guy is fine. This guy is good, right? Everything looks nice, right? I'm just giving you my own illustration, right? You can use this picture for different illustration, but for what I want you to understand, that's why I'm using this picture now. He has a good portfolio. He has a good CV. He has a good controller. He has good wheels. Everything is beautiful in this thing. But there's a lead road where everybody pass, like where we can meet each other, but you are by the side, right? You are by the side. So it is very difficult for people are on the high speed. We are scrolling past stuff. People are on a high speed on the internet. When you're learning content writing, they will tell you it takes a second, but 3 seconds. If you cannot catch your audience in 3 seconds, they will swipe past your content. So whatever you are building, whatever you are doing, ensure that or content, whatever content you are writing or design, whatever, ensure that you can catch the audience in 3 seconds or less, so that they can stop and actually read your content or view your content or whatever it is, right? So there's a highway, everybody is passing there, but you are actually by the side. Very good guy. You know how to do your things. You can build magic. You are fantastic. I mean, you have been building and everything is in your system, but you're very good. Now, this is how they see the guys that writes. I believe you have a friend or you know somebody that is on LinkedIn or that is on X or whatever. These are they see them, the Tesla, an expert in their field. Trust me, these guys might not be they might not be an expert in their field, but because they always show up, they always write, they're always present, they're on the move, they are not by the side, they are on the highway where the experts are, where the employers are, where the founders, the co-founders, the project managers, every hiring managers, where they are there. They are all dragging the same space with them, right? They look like experts. Even a hiring manager or maybe a founder or a CEO might be commenting on their posts maybe regularly. So, wow, this guy, the day they need somebody, they go for that guy. The day they need someone, they don't need, you will submit all your CVs. Trust me, they go for that guy. They go for that because they already see him like a sophisticated person. You know what you are doing. You can explain your processes of doing a particular job. You just finish a project. You come online. You are talking about, we just finished a project. This project was so difficult, but these are the things these are the challenges we face, and these are we solve them. And I mean, it was interesting. Wow. They look at that project. Wow, this guy is doing something. The day they need somebody, they don't need to go and look at that logs of CVs that have been sent some months ago or so. They just go to that guy, DM the guy, right? I have experience in what I'm saying now. I will not want to show you my LinkedIn DMs, but because of the people's name, but they will just DM you straight up and, hey, we have this product. We want to do this. Can you do this and all? You don't, at that point, you don't need to sell yourself, right? Let me not take much time. You don't need to sell yourself. You just need to work because they are coming to you. So you look you look like an expert if you are not at that point, but because you are already visible, they are seeing you. Now, moving forward, everyone is work in progress. Most of the fears you have is that you are not very good. I think we talk about what's the last big topic again? I've forgotten,
Imposter
but
syndrome.
yeah, imposter syndrome. Thank you. Thank you, very. So everybody is work in progress. The experts you see there, nobody writes code from beginning to end just like that. We still use, okay, now there's Chat GPT. Before, the go-to place was a Stack Overflow. Every senior, junior, mid developer patronized Stack Overflow. So we are all work in progress, actually. You see a guy build a fantastic system. You're like, wow, this guy. We check somewhere too. We also type, we find out resources. We go somewhere, we look, we sit down and read complex codes too, just to get what we need. Yeah, we know our process, but there are some things that you still want to do. You have to go check. So every guy out there, everybody is actually work in progress. So everyone is a WIP. Take that. Everyone is a work in progress. Don't get scared. Don't get weary. We are, every one of us, we all work in progress, right? We call, there's a tag that calls expertise, blah blah blah. Yeah, they're experts in their field because they have grown, they have learned, they have known how to quickly get answers. That's what makes them an expert. While you are there looking of where to get it, they already know where to get an answer. That makes them an expert. All right. So yeah, most times these are the things that go through your head. That's why you became blank. When you are in this circle, you always be blank. What if I tried this? Actually, here is another idea. Oh, I have a new idea. Okay, actually, let me try this. Oh, there is another idea. There's always an idea. And if you are in this loop, look at what happens. You do nothing. If you're in that loop, if you are here, this is what happened. You will do nothing. Right? So this I get, okay, I will do, okay, let me try. Okay, there will always be some sleep and wake up, get a task today. The thing you think tonight that you want to do, wake up tomorrow morning, there must be something new that will enter your mind to do. Because you've not done, you've not written, or you, like in this case now, you didn't write. You say you write tomorrow about HTML that you just learned today. Tomorrow you will learn something new that we need you to write. You have missed what you're supposed to write today. So that's what happens. Blank. You will still not write tomorrow because you feel like you need to start from the yesterday, what you're supposed to do yesterday. So tomorrow you will not write. Next tomorrow, at the end of the day, the whole week we go, you will be blank. All right. Now I'm putting you personalize what you see there. When I start writing about my process and how I solve my assignment problems, this is what happened. There'll be eyes watching you. There'll be people looking at you. Yeah, you don't know. You might not even have the likes. You might not even have the likes, but there are eyes already watching you. There are people looking at you. They are there. They are watching, right? Now, they keep watching and watching and watching and watching. How you start getting tagged in other professionals' posts in the same industry. Now people will start tagging you, people will start commenting, people will start following you, people will start talking with you. People can easily DM you for, oh, can you help me do this? Oh, can you help me do that? You're not entering a particular industry. You are not taking a space. You're not taking a seat in a particular niche or industry. Now people know you for a thing because you're always talking about this. All right. Then now what next? This happens. You easily get recommended by senior professionals. Let's say, for example, I've been seeing this guy showing up always on Twitter or maybe or LinkedIn or whatever, right? I've been seeing this guy always showing up and all of that. Then somebody just hits me up, maybe because of where we are in the industry. Another founder just sent me a message. Hi, do you have somebody that can do this? Let's say, for example, that I don't have students. Even if I have students, right, I always go for that student that I always see their posts. It's not the ones that I've learned and that are not doing anything. I don't even know if they are still in the process. But that one that is always showing up daily, it will always be in my front. That's why most times it is wise sometimes to even follow some of us online, because if I keep seeing you, Me, I always follow people, my students mostly. If you follow me, I follow you. If I see your this thing, as long as I have encounter your name or something, I always follow back. Now, my following back is to watch you, to see your post, sometimes I tweet or I share posts from my students. Some persons might already have known that already by now from the cohort one. I share their posts right now. If I get somebody hits me up and say they need somebody, and I just remember, there's one guy that always posts and I think that guy is good. I'll just recommend that guy to this other person. You have been recommended easily. It's not because this person might be better than others. There might be some other guy out there or inside that is better than this guy, but is this guy I'm seeing? Is this guy that is visible? So it can easily be recommended. So do you understand where we are going now? All right. So now, why is technical writing important? Why is technical writing important? Now, all these things from what we have said, the more you know what you are doing with your code, you are writing about your code, you are writing about your design, you are right. Those things are technical things, right? Your ability to break it down for others to understand makes you or make you to become a technical writer. Is building you up for a technical writing role. That's what it means. That's what it's doing. So the more you write about technical things, trying to simplify them for other people from your audience that are not technical people to understand, makes you a technical writer. But the tag might not be given to you all of a sudden. Is the more you keep doing it, the process you keep taking, and people can now start reading your post or watching a video you did or something and start understanding what you are talking about, right? These things are the things that makes you or that makes up someone as a technical writer. So that's why we are putting you out there, or that's why we want to encourage you to actually write. So why is technical writing important? Why is technical writing important? It improves your communication skills. It improves your communication skills, either verbal or spoken, or oral. It improves because the more you write about how you solve your problem, right? It's easy for you to actually translate this in speech or in oral speaking or whatever to someone else, like in this case now, teaching someone. You can easily teach someone without doing, okay, they say that you can do it because you have been writing about these things. You don't need to be thinking of what your class teacher teach you or what you've learned from class. You now know how, because you are writing. You have better understanding of, the more you write, the more understanding, the more clarity you have. So you can easily communicate this to someone else, either technical person or non-technical person. So it improves your communication skill. It enhances understanding. Technical writing now, whatever you're doing, it enhances your understanding. It broadens what you've learned, how your tutor expatiate. Now you can now put more context to what you learned in class. You can now put more emphasis to what you've learned in class. So it enhances your understanding. That's why we are preaching is for you to take up this as part of a skill. I'll give you testimonials. All right. Now, it showcases expertise. Yeah, if you remember, I mentioned that with that picture illustrations and all, right? So it showcases expertise. It makes you look formidable. It makes you look what's the word? It makes you look so good, so professional, right? It makes you look like an expert. Yeah. So with this the more you do this, the more people see you like an authority in that field. It can be as easy as explaining HTML and CSS. And someone out there that is trying to learn, these are the ways you can start teaching people from afar, from a distance, right? Someone that is trying to learn will just, I know somebody that's been posting this. Let me go and check the person's post and page. You'll now go check. You saw, like, these are the ways it puts you out there. So it showcases you as an expert. It boosts your career opportunities. Let me just, what's the time? Oh, okay. It boosts your career opportunities. Now, when we finish school those days, we finish yeah, by degree I did software engineering, but by founding a company I have multiple feathers right now. There is almost everything I can do, because of when you are starting a company you have to do almost everything. You must learn the digital marketing, you will learn how to design flyers, you will just learn everything, right? So if you go out there, you ask, you know, as far as you're a tech founder in Nigeria, these are things that comes with it. All right. So when I was done with software engineering, we're that very good guys. We can build almost anything, right? Those days in school. I have so many products that I built on my system. It was with me, but I don't write. I don't want anybody to even know I'm a software engineer or ever. It was just between me and my laptop. As I close my laptop, it's like a girlfriend. We move. When we come back again, open it again, we continue. So that's how the life was. But we're very good. I mean, very good. I don't know how to emphasize it, but nobody knows us. Right? Nobody knows us. Nobody knows that we are good. So there was no opportunity attached to it. So we're just good as and you're there. So there was no rank, there was nothing that is nobody is promoting you and all. So, but the more you write, it boosts career opportunities. Right. Oh, I didn't change these numbers. This is number 4, anyways. I I think you know, all these things sometimes you just make some errors. So this is number 4. So it boosts your career opportunities. Right. So this is number 5 actually. So this, it supports learning and development. It supports learning and development. It's, you scale faster. Yeah, you scale faster with this skill. Now, this is the skill that this is what it helps you to become. This is what technical writing or writing helps you to become. 1, problem understanding review. You can easily understand the problem because you want to write about it. You will better understand. Now, forget what I wrote there. I wrote problem understanding review, but let me explain it more. Now, for you to write, you must understand the problem. So you have better understanding of a problem. That's one in the tech field. As a techie, the first thing that you need to learn is problem solving. How to solve a problem. That's like it should be something that you are going all out for. How to solve problems. It should be a passion. If you don't have the passion of solving problems, it will be very difficult for you in tech, because is like the ranking field before you think of any other thing. I like solving problem because what is tech? What tech is all about is solving problem. We want to automate systems. We want to make life better for people. We want to do this. We always see problem to solve. So you must have that passion. So once you are a writer, you must understand a problem before you can write about it. So problem understanding review, like you must review your problem. The second, solution writing review. You will know how to write a solution. You know how to solve a problem in writing, right? These are things that gives you confidence. I'm telling you the truth. It builds your confidence to talk anywhere. It takes off the imposter syndrome. It builds your confidence because you know how to solve this thing. Like anywhere you go, you can tell somebody, hey, see, in JavaScript, this is how we solve it. This, if you do this, you are not looking anywhere. You can solve because you have write about it. There's something that comes out from you can just be thinking of how you write about it and you'll be explaining, right? So at this point, you are job ready with confidence. You are job, like, it takes little or nothing for you to be so confident of yourself out there. You will just be confident to apply for a job. Somebody is telling you there's an opening. I think I can do it. What does it entail? Is HTML, CSS, JavaScript? I think I can do it. You're already feeling like you are ready because you have been writing, you have understood these things, not just the practical part, but you can also do the theoretical part. Right now, these are the reverse for universities. Sorry to say, but for university students, like our Nigeria curriculum and all. They are very good with talking about this whole thing, but give them the practical, man, they will just solve, right? So, but reverse here is the case for tech guys. They can do the practical, but they can't talk about what they can do. But whereas it's the talking that sells you, not the I can. Yeah, the I can do is very important because, but it's the talking that will land you, that will give you the that will open the door for you to now do it. But for the other guys, they can talk it. They will talk. When they come to an interview, they start looking for where semicolon is. They don't know where colon is. They don't know where is full stop and all. But they can talk. Yeah, the talking has brought them, but they can't do. So why you not take advantage of what they know that they can do? You can do. Why not talk? Talking gives you confidence. That's all. Now, when you don't write, this is what it is for you. This is like the real graph of imposter syndrome. You have gone from month 1 CareerEX you thrive program, boom, 3 months, you feel very good, but there was nothing that you were able to put out that makes you feel like you are good about this thing. It comes down to, you will see on that program again, you will register again, it comes from down again, you move again, you still feel like I'm not sure I'm very good with this thing. You go again, you go to Coursera, you move again, you hit the scale again, you will just keep. That's why an average techie has 50 courses that they have not finished, 50 of them. And that's one of the things that CareerEX is coming to close the gap. Career and experience. We are giving you are good with this thing. We know that we have taught you. Then give you the experience so that you don't find yourself in this loop, going from one course to another. Instead, if you are taking on that course, you already know what you can do. You are going for what you don't know. I believe we are following. So you go for something that you don't know. Instead of going back again to HTML and start knocking HTML, you will do HTML like 5 times from one course to another. It's good, but be confident first. You see the two graphs. This one, there's a progressive graph. This one is a zigzag. Before you will get to the end of this top, which is, I didn't even put anything there, it's on purpose. You don't even know whether you are still good because you have not done anything with it, right? Now, this is the question. We go for, I didn't put anything, but yeah, now you see it. This is the question. You start thinking, am I even ready? Are you sure I can do this job? Somebody is coming to you that, come on, we have an opening, an intent. I'm not sure I'm ready. Can you give me 1 month? Let me just learn again. You don't even know where you stand because there's no confidence. You still lack confidence, right? That's exactly what we are trying to close. We are building a system that is balanced. We are building a structure that is balanced. We want you guys to learn everything that you need. You need to fit into the market. Now, the more you write, this is what happens. Eyes keep seeing you different. Look at, I have a process, I have a way of using pictures, right? Because even for me to learn very well, I learn very well with pictures, right? So that's why I like using pictures. So sorry for those that like plenty write-ups and all. Yeah, so these are, people start looking. You start seeing yourself. Maybe you are using 2 platforms or 3 platforms. This is how you go. People start noticing you. Then you move. More people start seeing you. You become visible. That's all. In all of this picture you are seeing, you become so visible. People are talking about you everywhere. People know you everywhere. You are visible in the tech space. 3 months, 6 months. Some persons have been in tech for 4 years. They have not gotten a good job that they are doing very well. Some persons is just 4 months. They're already visible. People already know them. You will not be asking, but this guy just started. Yes, he just started, but he's doing very well. He's putting things that you have learned to practice. And this is our goal, right? This is our goal. And when you become visible, not everybody is seeing you, but few persons are paying attention, right? So everybody is looking at you out there. Different eyes they are always there, but the people that need you are just few. So don't be carried away by the visibility and all of that. Just few persons that need you, just few persons. So don't mistake it, right? It's just few persons that will just they are there watching, and I think I need this guy. Just your DM will be okay. I tried to put in some of my DM on this slide, but I just feel like it wasn't necessary. But I will just explain that later. I wanted to write like the messages, the code. They could call them the cold email from founders. They'll just drop you a cold email, right? An email to address themselves. Hey, we need you to help us do this. And at that point, when they send you a message, just one thing that you're sure you're not selling yourself anymore. They already know what they want. They came to you. But if you go meet somebody, you must sell yourself. You must convince them. You must explain yourself. You want to impress and all. But in this case, you don't sell yourself. They already know. Now, one of the things I want you to do each day, have something like this. Don't lie to yourself. If you want to write weekly, for your cohort 2, we are not putting this writing as a yardstick. It's not an assessment, but we are just like for cohort 1. This is our process. We are building a formidable system. Just don't worry. You will still, one way or the other, you might still find yourself in CareerEX. We'll still bring you back again. You will enjoy process. Now, but we are encouraging you to take writing very serious. Take it very serious and check each day, each week. If you want to put it weekly or twice by a week, by a monthly, maybe twice a month or 3 times a month, find something that you tick. If you write this week, tick it. The weeks you don't write, leave it white. Leave it like that. Leave it. So that you can track yourself. Because if you just say you want to write without any form of tracking, trust me, you will not write for a week, 2 weeks. And for 1 month we complete, you will not write. But if every day you go back and I didn't write this week, or no, next week I must write. There is something about this type of things. It keeps you in check. It puts you on that check. You want to do it by all means. That's what it helps you to do. All right. Now, to close it, I still make this statement again. Everyone is WIP. Who still remember what WIP means? WIP means different things for people. Who still remember what WIP means? I'm on the chat. I want to see. Yeah, some persons are this my video. Perry, can you hear me? I think some persons I didn't check in for long. Perry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So many persons complain about video not connecting, video cracking. Not so many persons, anyways, but some.
Must be their network. It's their network.
I think it should be your network because
they weren't breaking on my own end.
It's not breaking, right?
Yes, it's not.
Okay, but don't worry, you're going to have this video, right? So, okay, yeah, WIP, work in progress. So, are you work in progress? These are the things that sometimes we use to keep ourselves, to give ourselves that confidence of what we do. We are work in progress. So, well, if you know that you are work in progress, your mistakes will not shut you down. Your mistakes will not keep you in, will not put you in depression. Yeah, work in progress. The guy that you see there, the guy that is doing big thing is still a work in his own space, is a work in progress. In your own space, you're a work in progress. So don't look at somebody's 5 years. You're just starting tech. This is like 2 months for some persons. Some persons have been, and this is like maybe the one of the rigorous process they are going through. Then you are looking at someone that is already in tech for 4 years, and you want to kill yourself. Forget it. You're a work in progress. That guy is also a work in progress. That person you are looking at is also he has on that aim. He has gotten to that point where he's aiming somewhere else. So he's still a work in progress. So I'm just trying to encourage us that we all are work in progress, you know. So take it one step at a time. But trust me, if you can put all of this that we have talked about today into practice, if you can start writing, trust me, you will do so well in this tech. I can give you different illustrations now. May I keep track of my students. If you are very good, I keep track of my students and I know them by their name, those ones that are very good. If you are very good and you are the sport, I will definitely see you and I will definitely know you. Now, for technical writing, when we put this into our training in Elite Path is our physical office. Yeah, we also train there. So when we put this, there is Barbara. That was in 2018. Barbara was very good when she finished Elite Path, but we put this writing about, you must write, it's part of the assessment. Writing was part of the assessment. So you write every week what you've done, the challenges you go through, and how you solve the problems, right? So the more they write, she writes, and a post become a reference for the next students. So when next students come, we'll give them the same project. When they're having problems, we give them a link. They go there, they will read about the problem and how she solved it, and they will solve their own. Now, the sweet thing is that when she finished just 3-month training, when she finished her 3-month training, she got a job as a technical writer. Now, she came in as a full stack web developer, finished the 3-month training, did a project and everything, and got a job after, I think, is it 2 months, as a technical writer, not in Nigeria. She was writing for a foreign company after 3 months. So what they saw was her writing, not her coding. So the employer as technical, because she was writing almost, so for 3 months, she was writing every week. That's a lot. That's a lot. Every week she was writing. So she has so many exposure on the web. So they got her as a technical writer, and that's what she was doing until, I think, I will still get to her because I lost contact with her, but I'll still look for, because I like to hear their stories. It's also I like using it to encourage others, right? Then we have Blessing. One of the Variety Friday, what we'll do, we'll bring some of our ex-students. They will come on Variety Friday and they'll share their experience and their story. That will be all for that day, right? That's what we'll do. So for Blessing just finished with us about some months ago, this year particularly. And now she sent me a message once, I think some months back, 2 months or 1 month back, that she's already writing for a company as a technical writer. I don't know if I can share my screen so that I can see. She writes for our blog. Like, the more she writes in class, we give her the blog. She started writing on our blog. Like, her name was just on the blog post. Everywhere you go on our blog is her name and name. So she got a gig as a technical writer as well. And she's writing. And it was so sweet for her, the way she was expressing it, that she never knew that she would start earning this time, because I think the kind of writing is per article. Yeah, they pay per article. So she has to do more articles. If it was monthly, she would be slow. But since it's per article, she was writing so much and she's earning so much, right? So what am I trying to say now is that you are learning whatever field you are learning. Technical writing is an unseen opportunity in tech. It's an unseen opportunity that has a lot of money in tech. If only we can utilize, it. If only we can utilize it. Sometimes we say we like writing, but when the time comes to write, you will find out that just few persons are writing. The other people will not write. Everybody will become busy. They are busy, they don't have time, they can't do this. But trust me, you're only opening yourself to other possibilities in tech the more you write. So we are giving you that, we are encouraging you that you start writing. Put out your work, write what you do. People should know you for what you do. People should trust you for what you do. And trust me, it's an endless opportunity in tech. This is an endless opportunity in tech. I'm a writer. Yeah. Sometimes I don't like talking my own part, but it is the same. LinkedIn. I know I can write, but sometimes busy, tired, and all of that. Or let me put it in busy. I always use that as an excuse. But one time I just did something. Prodigy community, product community. I started writing about products, started writing about different stuff. Before I know it, boom, I have 400 and something subscribers. If you check my LinkedIn, if you check on LinkedIn, you will see my community there. I just have 400 and something subscribers in less than 2 months after just how many posts, right? So there is something I put into writing. If I'm writing I try to make it relative and all. So from just few posts, there are so many persons that started hitting me up. Though I don't want to leave what I do. I'm already occupied here, so I don't want to waste their time. But somebody just sent me a message on LinkedIn that, oh, he has been following me. He wants me to. They have a startup. He's in the US, a white guy, right? They have a startup, and they want me to to be the fourth co-founder of their startup. While we are at it, he said we can have a talk. We joined the call. Before you know it, he said he's giving me 30 days to join him in the US. So what am I trying to say? They are just, the lists are just there. The lists are just there. So it's an encouragement that the more you write, for some of us who might not need that job, but for you might need it, right? The lists are endless. So take this as an opportunity to put yourself out there, to be visible online. So in this junction, I will take just a few questions so we can wrap it up. You have a question about technical writing, your challenge, you want to ask something that maybe might not be captured, you can ask your question so we can wrap it up.
I wanted to contribute a little bit to the topic. Okay. So, technical writing or writing in general, one of the benefits you mentioned, learning. Learning, it helps improve your learning curve. Let's say, for example, now, I don't use front end as an example, but I think I'll try. Let's say if you're a front end developer, maybe after each class, you can actually write about the subject you've actually learned. Maybe you learned HTML, you can write about HTML. Maybe if you're in data science, you learned how to collect data, or if you're in product design, you learned how to do, maybe learn Figma, the use of Figma, how to use about Figma, because it's something you're learning something. The more you write about it, it makes you want to actually know. It makes you know more about it. For example, now, let's say you have a Samsung phone, and maybe they told you to write something about the Samsung phone or about your phone in general, and because you're writing about it, you have to know what you're writing about, so it makes you learn more about it. So you're going to learn more about Samsung phone, or what are the features of this phone that I did not know. It makes you dig in, do more research, because you're writing about it. It's going to make you learn more, dig in, and improve your understanding about that particular topic. I don't know if that actually helps, but it makes you learn more about that in greater depth than you didn't know, because you're going to write about it. You have to know what you're writing. So you're going to do your own research. Oh, Samsung, this particular phone, it had this dark mode feature. I wasn't aware it had this dark mode feature, because you've done your research and you're like, oh yeah, you start like knowing more and more and more and more. So it's after each class, each topics, you can write about that particular thing you've learned, dig in about it and write something about it. It helps improve your knowledge too also. So yeah, that's what I wanted to contribute concerning the learning curve. Thank you.
Right. Yep. So thank you, Pere, for that. So any question that we need to can we have some procedures on how to write effectively? Okay. I think I mentioned one part of my slide. I don't know if you can see my slide. Sometimes I don't add tags to these things. One effective way to write is this. See this slide. Pere, that dashboard slide. Can you see that slide? Pere, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see this slide.
Is it a dashboard that is showing?
The one with the color pattern.
Okay, yeah, that's it. So
The one
on
that
this
has
slide, I say how to write better. On this slide now, I say
the
pick one
white,
thing
yellow, blue,
and
and
write.
green. The canvas.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So I said pick one particular thing and write and expatiate on that particular thing. Now, one of the things that makes some kind of writing boring is that you write in one article, you write so many different things and all. It makes even the reader to consume so many informations and they might just get tired at the end of the day. But if you write about a part, pick yellow, for example, now I use this, say pick one thing, write about it, talk about it, explain it. For you as a writer, it even open you up to put um to put more context to your writing, right? So it opens you up to put more context to your writing, so it helps you to be more effective in writing. So pick one thing per time. Pick yellow. It's yellow can be, you have, I think when I was explaining, I mentioned you have you have you learn something about maybe data science, you learn inside, you are learning machine learning or something, you're learning Python. Inside Python, there are so many things that you are learning about. Don't write everything about Python at the same time. These are the things that actually makes writing boring. Don't write everything about Python at the same time. Write about one thing. Pick one thing, talk about it. You will be very good at it. Then next time again, pick one thing, write about that particular thing. Even when your reader is reading, you are opening their mind to a particular thing. So that makes you more effective instead of just writing one long article, and the long article is all about so many things. I finished reading this, I'm going to another one. I'm going to, it's plenty. It's plenty. So for effectiveness, I think pick one thing per time. Yeah. It makes you even you to understand it better. Okay, so, what extra knowledge does SEO writer need to upgrade to technical writer, or are SEO and technical writing the same? No, they are not the same. Now, what is even SEO writing? If you know how to write, if you know how to write, now SEO is just simply search engine optimization. Now, you are very good at optimizing content. It helps you, yeah, it helps you to even write. So when you're even writing technical document and all, you will be writing for the web and for your users, right? So you're not just writing plain for your users, you're also considering the web, because why? You want your content to also rank high on the web, right? So that's where so it's married, it's come together. So it helps you to actually make your content visible online as well, because wherever you are writing, maybe there's other topic out there that someone have written, right? So but when you add SEO, or you have you consider SEO to your writing, it helps you for visibility of that's your particular article. So you also consider the kind of headers you use. You know that for catchy headers, the how to, when you're trying to tell somebody to do, how to headers are very selling, because every time when somebody go to the web, how to, what can I, all those kind of header, you will know that those things sell. So SEO writing helps you also to write better as a technical writer. I don't know if I answer your question, Ebuka. Ebuka, does that answer your question? Somebody say my voice is coming and going. Ebuka. Okay, Olushi, say what topic are we writing about? Now, the topic you are writing about, for what we are encouraging you to write now is about your whatever you are doing. Now you want to go out, you want to write broad, but for you to be more visible in your industry, because you want a job in that industry or what you are doing, I think it is preferable to write more on that thing you do. Design, if you're doing design, talk about your design. We just did flowchart. So how does flowchart help in design process? You talk about it. There are other designers that want to come in. Maybe the way you talk about design flowchart and all and about design can also make someone interested in it. Maybe the person have been seeing jargons about this flowchart, about this technical about design and all of that. It has been a jargon for the person, but based on your writing, how you know what we talk about technical writing, you break down complex statements and all the technical jargons into simply, clarity, simplify it. And so, well, the more you simplify this process, talk about this process, it can interest someone that don't know about this thing and want to do it. And the first person they will meet is you. Yeah, the first person that they will meet is you. All right, so yeah, I'm not changing my pictures. Sorry, the pictures are not changing when the class is still on. Yeah, who is that? Joshua. I'm not changing picture. I'm just explaining. So that picture will still be there. I'm just talking, right? So yeah. Who else? Any no other question? If there's no other question, so we can wrap up. So yep, just an encouragement. Just keep writing. Follow your classmates on different platforms. It's easier when your classmates, you're following each other, right? So when somebody put out, you can easily like, comment to encourage them, and also follow them, your classmates. Connect with your classmates. Connection is, networking is wealth. It's something somebody can have a job, and when they get any other vacancy, they want to introduce you. So connect with your classmates online and be visible together. Visible together. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time, for being a part of the Variety Friday. I think the last for July. Thank you for being a part, and I hope that you've learned something. We are going to put out this video shortly on YouTube, so you can actually go through it for those that we're having network issues, right? So you can go through it to get better view. Thank you, and thank you. Have a wonderful day. For the question that I answer, when you are viewing it, you definitely are clear. It's very clear on the it will be very clear on YouTube. All right, thank you. Have a wonderful night and weekend. See you tomorrow in class. All right, good night, Pere. Bye.